Sorry, I just need to quickly take some medicine. Um, I have some basic thoughts on it about how, my impressions from the early stages of the game. Now, as you can see, the game is made by Square Enix. Then again, I'm never sure on how to actually properly pronounce it. The game is actually quite stunning visually. Now, I do have some critiques of the game, which are now some of the critiques are pretty basic, and we'll get into them shortly. Well, in either case, I'm sure everyone is aware the big flop that happened over the course of the launch day, which was the game server outage. Such an early big issue from a game, which is why, again, in my opinion, and possibly the opinion of most people, at this point, when it comes to online constant online requirement for games like that, in my opinion, are basically single player with multiplayer as optional, is a big failure. Now, here is a character that I've been playing as. I wanted to test out something, so I made a secondary character, but we're going to change character. I'm actually going to delete that character. That character was purely for testing. I was not intending on keeping it. So we're just going to delete him. Now, as you can see, we have my main character. We have my private character here, a technomancer. A trickster. So we're going to create a new character. And the reason, actually, hold on, folks, the reason why you're not hearing anything right now is because I actually lowered down the audio. We're actually going to turn this back up. There we go. So, first off, we're going to immediately see my first complaint, which is this section here. Select body type. Now, as I'm sure you can see, we only have the two. We have this one and this one. Now, I wouldn't say that these are necessarily body types, as they're quite essentially just select a gender. And that, for one, that is a big issue with like this section here is select a body type. It doesn't allow you to actually select a body type. There are characters in the game that are there are male characters that are scrawny. There are male characters that are quite big, without being what this game considers overly special. They appear to be in some cases quite human, and yet they are fairly bigger. So right off the bat, we have an issue here with character creation. Like, you'll be locked in with this very specific body build. Now we're going to get into it. Next is designing your character. We have multitude of different head selections, and as you can see, the skin tone thing changes, and so does eye color slightly for some of them. We cannot do any finer customizations. For example, I like making my characters pale. It's what I like. I like my character. I like making my characters pale. But I'm not a fan of the general facial structure. I actually prefer this one. But the thing is, with skin tone, I cannot. I can't really get any lighter than that. I would prefer if I could have that skin tone with this face, but I can't. Next up is hair. We have the basic selection of facial hairs. I wasn't expecting miracles on that section. We have then a couple of interesting selections for hair. Nothing overly fantastic. The hair color selection is a bit disappointing. And then we get to markings. Now folks, I'm just going to stop here briefly to double check Discord to make sure audio is actually, you can actually hear my audio. So bear with me a little bit. Because again, I just need to make sure I can actually hear. So bear with me a little bit. Testing. Hello. Okay, yeah, I can. That's good. So. Oh, it's still playing. There you go. So yeah, right off the bat, again, we have very limited markings. The earrings and it's scars. There's no tattoos you can give your character, and then that's it for character creation. That is quite literally it. We're just going to change the name. No, oops, I accidentally did that. Normally you can use the keyboard. There we go. That was the issue. What the hell? Normally, did they change it? Normally you can use the keyboard. Continue. Okay. There we go. We're gonna name our character Willful Ninja. Save character. And then that's it. That was character creation, which is again very disappointing for this type of encouraged multiplayer game. Now we're now going to proceed to the lobby. We are not going to skip the prologue. Game. So right off the bat, folks, one of the basic things I will compare this game to is a third-person Destiny. Or a non-armored Anthem. Sorry, a non-mechanized Anthem. And the reason for that is simply there are certain things. The games are fairly similar. One thing I am definitely hoping is not happened with Anthem is the guns are. Oh, well, yeah. Actually, we just have things right here. You can read it yourselves. One of the things I'm really hoping for is, with Anthem, guns were the bloody same. They looked absolutely the same. There was no uniqueness to the guns as you picked them up. So I'm hoping in this game, the I'm not expecting like 100% of all the guns to be unique, but I would especially like the exotics, the guns that should be classed as unique, actually having some uniqueness to them in terms of appearance. I know that is a small, minuscule thing, but I really hope for that to be the case. Right, actually, and folks, because I'm recording for the first time in a while, I'm just going to quickly let my family know, like, please do not ship for me.
Man, we are 20 seconds to atmosphere breach. Initiate burn. Rotate and break. Primary ignition set to 30%. Rotating. We are engine first. Altitude 20,000 feet and falling. Mode 1. We are getting interference. Switch to high gain antenna. Command, confirm signal strength. You're looking great, Mode 1. Go for landing. Engines off. Pod 1 has landed.
Alright, now this bit goes on for quite a while. Oh, it's actually sped up. Wow. It went on for quite a while when I first played. But yeah. So that was one of my big issues with Anthem, was when I started getting the legendary guns, they were very bland and lacked uniqueness.
Almost looks like home. That's what worries me.
Well, boss, you ready?
Got my truck.
Also, typical like any other Square Enix game, I think that's the pronunciation. We're going to be dealing with like the first cutscenes are quite long. Like before you get into any
I want
gameplay.
snipers at 3 and 6, multiple defense lines, and an operating base established within the hour. Move! Goodman, a word. You know the stakes of this mission. Flores is already half dismantled. Our engine's on its way down to power a city of 500,000. Now, if these Outrider bozos hit pay dirt, you report to me first.
Sir, I'm only here to ensure proper procedure is followed.
We're not on Earth, Shira. There is no proper procedure.
Listen up, Outriders. I know what you're all thinking. There's no going home. And no one has a clue what's waiting for us out there. But the ECA pencilheads can't greenlight this land until we find their missing probes. So let's do our job!
Now, also, folks, I should also mention that you're going to see a bit of quirkiness when it comes to my character, like stepping backwards or walking backwards. That is mostly just due to my controller having an issue. And this is another thing you're going to have to also get used to, which is still a bit annoying, is the constant loading. There's going to be a lot of loading. Now, apparently Square Enix explains that the reason, because of they gave a reason why there's a good number of loading screens. I haven't read this story myself, but if you go online, that apparently they did, comment about it. I feel like there was no point of a loading screen between those two things there.
Negative, HQ. Our systems are all functioning. We'll set up camp further up. HQ, can you repeat? Getting some kind of injured?
I'm gonna scout ahead on foot. Need to stretch my damn legs.
I'll take point. Don't need to see you get eaten on day one.
Relax, Outrider. You don't owe me anything.
Yeah. I wouldn't be here without you. I'd be buried in the ashes back home.
All right. Let's move out. Stay sharp. Watch her. Would you smell that air? I can't even process breathing air that doesn't smell like a burnt carburetor.
I didn't mind the used to it.
Trust me, you'll get used to fresh air too.
Truth is, none of us should have even gotten off Earth.
Survivor's
And once
guilt.
again, we have
You
another
think any
issue.
one of us isn't feeling it?
It's not just that. If the Caravel's engine hadn't exploded back on Earth and killed most of the real
Yeah,
Outriders,
it can pause.
there would be a bunch of mercenaries now here in their place.
I
No.
hired you because you don't let anything get in your way.
We're gonna stand here for a bit. Hopefully that he'll quiet down. Now, right here off the bat, as we're immediately starting the game, we're given one of the most annoying scenarios of RPG, which is escort quest. Especially one when the character is walking slowly, and you have a deep, like the slowest you can walk, but it is seemingly this. Why the hell do they not have him walk like that? Or at least like slightly faster than this, or match the speed? No, they have him walking slower. So you have to actually stop, let him walk. It's frustrating right off the bat. And also, here's another thing. You cannot pause the game, even if you are closed. I have my party set to close, which means no one can join my game. And yet I still cannot pause the game. So this game, it's so strange that it's quintessentially, basically also a single player game. It's a single player game with multiplayer option, and yet it operates like an online game.
Outrider, set a beacon flag. Let HQ know the area's secure.
Now, mind you, that's something that can change later down the line, with a patch. So yeah, but anyway, I do want to say though, let's appreciate the beauty of this game. Like the shade, I'm loving how like the shading, transitioning from shadow to light. Like it is a stunning, beautiful game. But again, I cannot forget the same thing was similar with Anthem. Anthem was a beautifully stunning game, but it had its flaws. Now, mind you, Anthem was sabotaged from the start by EA, and BioWare. It was a miracle that BioWare were able to release it in the condition that it was in. It was still a fun game. It had its flaws, but it was still a fun game. And it's just a shame that they had to give up on rebooting the whole game. I'm so disappointed by that. So, let's just capture this point. So yeah, once again, it's more cutscene. It's giving me a lot of Kingdom Hearts vibes. I'm gonna be honest with you, where you have cutscene, you have basic gameplay before you get your special abilities, cutscenes, special abilities. We are gonna get there, folks.
All right, people, we got jobs to do. Cuthbert, Scarstead, set up a perimeter. I want fortifications going up within the hour. Jakob, you're field testing the munitions. Gutman, get your scanner up and running so we can find those damn probes. Outrider, a word. Hey, no matter what happens out here, I need my best gun on this in case things go south. Can I depend on you?
Just tell me what to do, Cat.
Our weapons haven't been fired in nearly a century. Why don't you head over to Jakob and get your gear checked, and then be prepared to move out as soon as those probes are located. Any questions?
No, that's
Over
in there.
from Earth, I assume? She's really gone.
She went dark 15 years into our journey. More or less as predicted. ACA's confirmed no communication since.
Shit. I grew up a slumdog, fighting for scraps. Lost everyone, really. Long before the end. Doomsday just wasn't a thing I worried about. Hell, I was never gonna live past 20 anyway. Somehow. I was one of the ones who made it. Don't even know what I'm supposed to be doing here.
If things go right, Time's coming, you're gonna have to leave all that behind. This is a new beginning. You could have a family here. Build a cabin. Grow old and get fat.
That's not me, Cap. Know my way around bullets, not kids. There'd be no need for someone like me here.
Maybe the old you, Outrider. But you're one of the chosen few. You get to build the future. Don't waste it.
Did any more of your people make it off Earth, Cap?
My brother. Almost. But no. They got him in cryo as we evacuated LA, hoping we could stop the bleeding. But he was too far gone.
Ah, shit. Sorry to hear that.
I haven't had the time to think about it.
What about Sarah? She's good, right?
Yeah. My Sarah's up there. They don't wake her group for another 6 months, but I can wait. I didn't have a chance to tell you this in all the madness, but my little girl's pregnant. That's how I got her the seat.
2 for 1 special, huh? So that's why I've been in such a good mood since they unfroze your ass.
Don't push it out right.
Yes, sir, Granddad, sir.
No.
I'll go find Jakob shooting range.
Good. We're on standby for those probes, so stay on alert.
Okay, so it is clear that these characters have a history together, and later down the line, you would hear some comments about like how all these Outriders are not the original Outriders. They're actually the original Outrider ship blew up, and so
I hear that. Thought we were supposed to get deployed 3 days after they woke us from cryo, not 3 damn months. I ain't never been so sick of training. Only so many laps you can run in reduced gravity before you feel it in your joints.
So yeah. Essentially, these are basically mercenaries that took over the job as Outriders. So I imagine like he was probably in charge of like they're all probably from similar mercenary groups or as independents, with the exception of your character, the captain here, and the person who called you boss. Like they were probably part of a group together. Now, again, one thing I will.
Hey there, little guy.
I do want to mention the camera angle during cutscenes. Like there's a lot of screen shaking, as if there is someone holding a camera, which is just strange.
What's on your mind, boss? I know that look you get.
That last day got really hairy. I wasn't sure if any of us were gonna make it.
We cut it pretty close. You can't stop thinking about it either.
I know. It's insane. That was 80 years ago.
Yeah, it feels like days. My knuckles are still sore, my ears still ringing from all the gunfire.
I mean, there was thousands of them. All climbing over each other, slaughtering everyone in their way. Tried to pull down the launch tower and bash in the doors of our shuttles.
I've been in a lot of war zones, but that was fucking anarchy.
Look, it was either us getting off the planet or them. We just did what we had to do.
We do what we have to do. We look out for each other.
Hell, we better. Other than the Cap and Cuthbert, you're the only person left alive I know.
I'm the only person left alive worth knowing.
I'm glad you made it on board, you old bastard.
Me too.
Okay, so that So sorry, I never actually caught that during my first conversation through my first playthrough. So yeah, they basically did know each other. It was actually a 4-person group. Another thing I do want to bring up though is, folks, you're not seeing the graphics does not look as amazing on. It seems like my television. Sorry, the television that I'm using as the monitor for my PC now is HD, but it's slightly less quality than that of my smaller HD telly that I'm using for my Xbox. That is actually somehow giving a much better footage. So I'm hoping that in future when I do my Xbox videos, I'm just going to be broadcasting to Twitch. There might not be as much commentary on them anymore because I can no longer dual monitor games anymore. So I am hoping that if I was to stream straight from my Xbox rather than have my Xbox stream to my PC and then stream my PC, I'm hoping you guys will be able to see what I see, which is that this is a beautiful game.
What do you make of this place, Jacob?
It's perfect. Beautiful. How long you want to bet before we bury it all under concrete and plastic?
Oh, come on. You can't still be that cynical. Just look at this valley.
I don't know, boss. Maybe we all just got too much riding on this. We already have one dead planet in the rear view. If we screw this one up too,
Maybe we won't.
sure, maybe this is really it. Maybe we can finally stop sleeping with our guns under our pillows, stop worrying about food every goddamn day. Believe me, boss. I want this to work. You have no idea. But, people don't change.
Still got your money on black, huh?
The house always wins.
Time to test my gear.
Up for some target practice, boss. Let's get started.
Fancy stuff.
Yeah, a new toy. You're the first one to test it out, boss. Think you could take on a tank? Alright, you can stop showing off. Now give that sidearm a try, eh? Damn. Somehow 80 years has improved your aim. Just like riding a bike. Feels pretty good, doesn't it?
Yep. Still got it.
Outrider, check on our ECA rep. See if Shear's found any probes yet. I'm supposed to be here.
Hey, chill out, man. What's eating you?
There's apparently, I think that's collectibles nearby.
I really didn't think prayer worked. I owe you one.
Enjoyed the journey. Something about one.
Hey there, little guy. Oh, stepped on you. How many feet you got there? 2, 4, 6, 8, 11?
Air composition. Similar to Earth.
This is stunning. I wish you could have seen this dad.
Hey. You're Shira, right?
I'm sorry. Can you believe this landscape? It's so beautiful.
Oh. If only we had an internet to post those to.
It's a scientific record. Besides, we'll have the internet up and running in the first 6 months. The entire thing was backed up.
I'm just pulling your leg, Shira. Any luck with the probe?
The scan's still running. I don't know what else I can do. It's just... How can the probe signals have simply vanished?
Yeah, they said it was some kind of interference or something.
Ah, from space, maybe, but not from down here.
Still, seems initial readings were right. They're breathing.
Yes, but before the ECA can authorize 500,000 more people coming here, we need the probe's data to know we can support them.
And if we can't? What's the ECA's plan B?
Do you have any questions I got answers to?
How's this colonization gonna work? You're in the planning rooms, right?
Yes. We've already started disassembling the engine. We need to bring that down first. The nuclear core should give us enough power to get the colony up and running.
And when do the civilian pods start coming down?
Within a few weeks, if all goes well. First, just enough people and resources to get our infrastructure running. You know, water, food, shelter. Then we'll keep waking folks from cryo, a few thousand at a time, no more than we can feed. Until before you know it, they'll be standing in the middle of a city.
Meanwhile, the Flora stays up there?
The ship was built in orbit. It was never meant to land. We'll have to keep it in our skies until we're capable of space flight again. One day, maybe.
I do enjoy the fact that we still hear everything that's going on in the background while we're talking.
Alright, tell me the truth. You think the ECA's thought this whole plan through?
Well, my father was part of the team that designed the plan. My entire life he helped prepare for this day. The greatest undertaking of human history.
Oh, so that's how you got on this ship, huh? Daddy smoothed your way?
No. I studied engineering. Spent years in orbit. Designed structure, drilling rivets into the hull. I helped build that ship.
So you earned your way on. Good for you.
It was my father. Just not like the way he thought. He gave up his place for me. He stayed behind.
Shit, I'm sorry.
He would have been in awe of this place. But in the end, it's just me. It's strange not knowing anyone here.
When this is over, come hang out with us. We're not such a bad bunch.
I might take you up on that.
Hey, is that supposed to blink that way?
Oh. That's a probe.
Tanner, think we got a signal. It's close.
Excellent work, Outrider. Now go locate the damn thing, so we can land this beauty.
Copy that.
Hey, it's an historic moment. We should document it.
For the scientific record, huh?
Okay, first off, I gotta say, I actually like how casual. There's no point in pausing. I like how casual your character is. Like, it's clear that he is not a trained soldier. He's very, like, down to earth. He's actually likable. Like, he jokes, he laughs, and like, and I like how his reactions are.
Something big.
All units stay alert. Guard the perimeter. Hold your fire until we know what we're dealing with.
Whoa, they got eyes on some kind of hyena-looking cow things.
Yeah, I'm seeing them over here too. A whole herd of them.
Are we sure all the wildlife around here are vegetarian?
Herbivores?
We call them herbivores? Pretty ugly, you ask me.
No, they're astonishing. I bet they can be domesticated for farming.
I bet they make some fat, juicy steaks.
One of those cow things is sunning itself right on my path.
Hey, maybe you can get close enough to get a DNA sample.
Not exactly our priority, but if I can get close without spooking it, I'll try. Nah, scared it off, but I've secured the objective.
Fantastic.
Got some kind of storm brewing. Cap, found the probe. Looks like it landed pretty hard, but the data seems intact.
Copy that. Transmitting to HQ now. Good work, Outrider.
Hold on. Tanner? I'm picking up a second signal, but something's weird about this one.
Weird?
The pitch is rising and falling? It's supposed to be a steady tone.
Outrider Alpha to HQ. Hold off on calling in that green light. We got another probe out here to analyze.
Negative, Alpha. Your job is done.
Damn it. Maxwell, listen to me. We can't afford to make mistakes. Give us time.
Any more time and we lose our orbital window. We have the data, I'm calling it in. You want to keep searching? Don't blame me if you find trouble. Over and out.
All right, Outriders. Rendezvous back with the convoy. Let's go find that stray.
Hey, Cuthbert, any updates?
The probe signal is mostly noise, but I've tracked its source. There.
Hope you all brought your galoshes.
Jacob. Same shit, different planet.
Oczywiście. Piece of shit. Electronics are freezing up.
Trucks are down. We continue on foot.
Soldier, your primary focus, Shira. Understand?
We keep moving. Eyes up.
Choke on your own spit, dude?
It's nothing, I'm good.
Jesus. Get back to the ship. Alert the medics.
What's going on?
Stay back.
Tanner, got eyes on the probe.
I got movement. Heading in.
ECA HQ, we've encountered a potential biological hazard. Requesting quarantine procedure at base.
Damn it, Tanner! I told you bozos not to go and mess up this operation! It's my name on the line when it's landing, and you have no authority over me!
Maxwell! Shit. Unit 2.
Pretty big
Hey, boss, we
egg-looking
lost you.
things.
Getting our straight probe. How's Scarstead?
He looks like shit.
Any idea what this black gunk is?
Some kind of saprophyte or mycelium? Let's collect samples.
Okay, you wanna play? Then let's play.
Sabotage too soon.
Captain, got attacked by one of those cow things. Something drove it crazy. I had to put it down. Keep an eye out.
Copy that, Outrider. Now move your ass and find that probe.
Tanner, I found it.
Good work. Get the drives and get the hell
When did he
out.
take his gloves off?
Wait, hold on. This thing's just in relay mode. Tanner, the signal isn't coming from the probe. It's coming from outside our search zone, somewhere else on the planet.
That's impossible. There is nobody else. Secure the hard drive. We'll analyze that signal back at base.
Copy. Ah, damn it! Something's frying it, Tanner.
Give us the frequency.
Carrier frequency is 97 point. Tanner, do you copy? Tanner, I'm seeing some really strange shit down here. The fuck?
What the hell was that? What the fuck? Where is everyone? Fall back!
Maxwell, what the fuck is all this?
What does it look like?
Sergeant Major, sir, we have to follow quarantine procedure and hold the landing. Whatever the original reports about this planet, they were wrong. There's some kind of anomaly. If we land now, everyone will die.
There's no holding the landing. It's too late for that. There's nowhere else to go.
Tanner, here! We need help!
We need medics! See to them! Hurry!
No, stop. They're contaminated. We contain them. That's an order.
You always were an asshole. Look around you. We got men and women in need of medical attention. Now get your asses in gear and do the right thing, or I'm gonna have to...
No!
Contain this. Now. Burn the fucking bodies.
Maxwell, boss! Down line!
I'll take care of the wounded. Just hold them back.
Jacob, cover me. I'm going after Maxwell.
I gotcha! Outriders, stand down! That's an order!
Sure. Right after you call off your goddamn goon.
Sergeant Major, the entire colonization is threatened. We need to warn the florists.
Your Outriders are the ones who stirred up this threat, imperiled this mission!
Bullshit.
What's this? Tanner's backup rifle. Oh, I can kill him with his own gun. And now, see, right here, judging by the name, it is supposed to be unique. And it looks very different. They're both double guns, which I don't know what that means. Kill enemies, detonate enemies' bones, and turn them into shrapnel, dealing 95%, 63 damage and inflict bleed on enemies within 5 meter radius. That's pretty good. Details. That actually looks really nice. I'm surprised that the guy who's clearly a bureaucrat has such a gun. Don't know what that. I don't know what that lock symbol means. I guess I unlocked its like the appearance of it. Let's see details. Huh. Then there's nothing there. Also, what the hell is a double gun? Like, well, actually, okay, I think it's some kind of rifle, obviously. And I guess you pull the trigger, and it shoots a bullet, 2 bullets, as opposed to a normal assault rifle. Let's check the journal. Let's see if the journal has any things about weapons. Nope. That's a little weird, but okay. But so we have Tanner's gun. And we have Piper, which is Pap's gun.
Maxwell set up a blockade. He's gonna burn everything down.
Why?
So he can tell the story again. How the Outriders fucked everything up. He needs to die.
Maxwell is the
Okay, so Outriders are definitely a mercenary group. So yeah, Outriders is not a profession for the people going onto the planet. It is simply the mercenaries. Oh, meant to launch me into melee.
Kill the traitors! Don't let them near!
Do the right thing! Call it in! Postpone the fucking landing!
It's too late.
Hey, you! Can you help me with the wounded? We have to get them to MedLab.
Over here!
Come on, move your asses!
So yeah, so okay, so one thing there is like that gun was blue quality as per the usual RPG system, and it did look very unique.
Yeah, we're almost there. You're gonna be fine. Here.
What are you doing?
I'm putting you back into cryo until MedLab can save your fucking life.
Don't be ridiculous. I'm done for.
Pep talks aren't really my thing.
And again, a loading screen. I remember the day when the only reason why we would install games onto our Xboxes, like during the 360 period, was to reduce load time on loading screens. But lately we're just
When is something truly over? Was it when your people left Earth behind? Was it when you watched the first spaceship crash and burn? Was it when you saw your fellow Outriders crumble at your feet? Was it watching yourself die? But Enoch isn't done with you yet, Outrider. Like I always say, it ain't over till it's over.
You, what year are you from? Year, what year?
What?
Is this your pod? Where were the uplink nodes?
Come on, Doc. We need to go. They're coming.
Wait, we can't just leave them here. These are Outriders.
They're not why we're here.
I'm sorry.
Like right there, first example of an
Outrider?
alternate build.
Thought your kind was all dead.
Dead? Uncuff me and find out!
The anomaly's coming. Let's see how fast you can run. The no man's land, like the others.
Where the hell am I? Shut your goddamn mouth! Hey, soldier! You're ECA too, right? When we get to no man's land, we gotta stick together if we want to survive. Survive what? Getting our asses fried by the big storm! Hey, I told you two to shut the hell up! We're here! Come on!
Go back! Go back! What the hell's happening? They've got an Aldrin and tearing our guys apart! You need to get out of here! Well, where? Storm's coming! You think the Aldrin care about a storm? Shit!
Take the back way through the bridge!
We're not gonna make it! There's some cops out here! I got cover!
And Bob, the captain of the show, are you out of your gun?
Watch out! Get it! Help it! What's she doing? Leave it alone!
Hell? Your man was wounded! That's better that way! Don't struggle! Go, go, go!
How long? How long has it been?
What?
This war, how fucking long?
Who knows? Since before I was born!
That's fucking impossible!
Come on, open the goddamn gates!
And move! Hold tight, almost there!
Almost where? Where are you taking us? I'm not supposed
What the hell is the matter with you? You just wake up or something?
Cryo, I just...
Well, let me catch you up real quick. That paradise you Outriders promised us, guess what we got instead? Goddamn alien storms! No shelter, no food, just kicked to the curb like exiles while your ECA pals got fat in their bunker!
Bullshit! It wasn't like that! We lost electronics! We could have left you all to rot in your cryopods! But we didn't! We saved you, ungrateful! Fuck off!
How many times did I tell you to shut up?
It's open! Better hold your breath!
Welcome to the Valley of Death, asshole!
You people are insane! All of this! It's fucking insane!
Hell yeah, it is! Time to walk no man's land, pal!
So yeah, big issue. For one, they could have done all of that in a cutscene. Would have saved. So instead, we went from cutscene to gameplay, where we were sitting around doing nothing, to cutscene, like.
Fuck me.
Ooh. Okay, now here is where we get our class. Now, as you can see, it gives you a general description of each one underneath. Now, I've played a bit of Technomancer and I played a bit of Trickster because I wanted to see how exactly they sort of hold up compared to each other. Because one of the things I was worried about it was where they played a bit too much the same. That's what I was concerned about. I can definitely say they do not play the same. They are actually quite different. One thing I do eventually want to test out is compare their cooldown of some of their abilities to see if they're truly equal. Like, for example, the Pyromancer. I'm curious, like, is this the quintessential sorcerer of the 4 classes? And if that's the case, I imagine it will be similar to Destiny, where his abilities would most likely have a reduced cool time as opposed to some of the others. So yeah, and as we can see here, as a Pyromancer, you will recover health whenever enemies marked by your skills are killed. The Technomancer, as the Technomancer, you will recover a portion of the damage you deal as health. Starting out, it was 15%. As a Trickster, each enemy killed in close range heals you and grants you a small shield. And then we have the Devastator. As Devastator, you will recover health from slain enemies that stood too close. So these two heal apparently fairly similar, but the wording is different, and I'm curious about that. So first off the bat, it is clear that they are quite different, which is great. So the only thing that's left now to really see is I want to see how the Pyromancer holds up. Like I said, I want to see if the Pyromancer is more of a caster type. Now, I'm hoping to have enough time to fight the real, like one of the first sort of bosses in the game. All right, unfortunately I don't have much longer left. Okay, that's disappointing. I was hoping the color would be different for the different classes. Like maybe your eyes will glow red for the Pyromancer.
Okay.
Okay. We're just going to quickly look at our skills. And we start off with an assault rifle. And now let's see. I want to inspect the assault rifle. I want to look at its. Okay, so the assault rifle does have a single barrel and a single mag. Okay. Heat wave. Cooldown 13.2 seconds. And in order for me to heal, I need to burn someone and then mark them. I assume my melee skill has a bit of an ability. And then here we go, we have Tempest, Ashbreaker, and Firestorm. Anyway, let's read about our melee ability, which is over here. Okay, so yeah, skills mark damage to enemies for 15 seconds. Kill them marked heals you for 24% of your max health. And apparently, as part of this class, my nominally power is increased. So my skill abilities are increased. Okay.
Here. I just gotta get across this hellhole. What the fuck's happening? I don't belong on this side. What in the... Oh, shit. Whoa. Did I do that? Who the hell are you people? You can shoot first, question here! How is this happening to me?
Missed it. I wonder if I could hit those two with the ignite. Nope. Okay, so it's definitely a ground-based explosive. That wouldn't have been level 8. Right. And I can't just stay because I heal. So, oh, here we go.
Flares, this storm. I've seen this before. In the forest. When we landed. This can't be real.
Okay, we got our quote unquote, I guess, ultimate. I don't know if there is quote unquote an ultimate. Select and pull an enemy towards you, inflicting ash. So it's an immobilization. And I think we have a movement skill there because that's what it was. So
I could smell the storm in your blood, your stink of Enoch. Your kind are abominations, exile.
Who the hell are you?
Outrider. Impossible. Such untapped power, such confusion. You want answers. Whatever you were before, you're something new now. A second life. Don't waste it.
Who was that?
Lord Seth? He's altered. I think it's a little man. A little man.
Altered? What the fuck does that mean?
You. You don't know what you are. Where'd you steal that uniform?
Didn't, it's mine.
Yeah? If he's really an outrider, then you fight on the wrong side. Altered.
What are you talking about?
Yeah, the Grand Marshal, she'll explain. Come.
So yeah, character crossed no man's land in a war. Ugh. So yeah, folks, that is. We don't have much longer left, I'm afraid. Like, I have 30 minutes until a D&D game. I should have woken up a bit earlier to try and showcase a bit more, because as I said, I was hoping to get to a boss fight. But yeah, Outlanders. So far, like, again, there's one other big issue I have with it. And, let's see. How should I put it? One of the issues I have with these type of games, and it's been pretty evident.
Where is she? There. What is that?
Go.
Do whatever you have to do, Lieutenant.
Shira?
You're alive.
I'm sorry to disappoint you.
You came from their side. You got any intel for us?
Are you fucking kidding me?
Look, I got a war to win, so either you help me or you get back into cryo.
Hold on. I've just woken up to mud and shit. I've been asleep for God knows how many years.
31 years. So for 31 years, I've been seeing people fight and die while you were getting comfy in cryo. So excuse me for not throwing you a little welcome party.
What happened to you?
The anomaly. That's what happened.
You mean that storm?
We told them not to land. Anything more advanced than a grease engine got fried. All our data wiped out. We couldn't grow crops or make medicine, so we ended up in the same place as when we left Earth. Just killing each other over the little we have left.
Why didn't you go somewhere else? The Outriders could have...
The Outriders are dead.
What?
And the anomaly keeps us in this fucking valley. We can't go anywhere else. You don't get it, do you? You think you're dreaming? This is real. Believe me, it's fucking real. So whether you like it or not, you're stuck here in the mud and shit like the rest of us. You should have never woken up.
Why didn't miss out on all this?
Grand Marshal, we were too late. The hounds have him. He's been taken underground.
Well, get him back.
Well, it may be our side, but that's not our turf, man. I'm not losing people over Yakub.
Jacob. He's still alive?
Not for much longer, it seems.
Then I'll go find him.
Ma'am? Ma'am?
Never mind. We've got it covered.
Everything I had left.
So yeah, there we go. So the game will slowly get more and more difficult, but you will also get what's it called? Equipment. And it goes all the way up to 15. So it's similar to Diablo in that regards. Like enemy levels get increased by plus 12, item drop level plus 12, loot rarity modifier 500%, legendary drop rate modifier 425%, and when permanent unlock, wearable item level cap plus 12, and you get a legendary weapon as well as some titanium. Now again, I need to see more of the game obviously to get a better sense of judgment on it, but so far...
Hey Shira, I'm geared up and tracking down Jacob. Now who the hell are these assholes?
Sorry, I just...
Flavors. They call themselves the Hounds. And believe me, no one's gonna miss them if you put a few dozen body bags.
Why the hell haven't you done something about them already?
Honestly? Because their black market keeps our soldiers happy. And at least they're not eating their own fucking kids like the insurgents we're fighting out there.
Yeah, I met a few of them. Not so friendly.
So I do like how so far every class has their own method of healing in combat. I will say the Technomancer has a slightly bigger edge in terms of during boss fights as opposed to the others, due to the fact that it heals based on the damage it deals, whereas everyone else heals via killing, and I'm curious as to the reason why that is. And we have no sigil. So I am looking forward to seeing like how late game. I'm going to compare them obviously at late game to say yeah, but yeah, one of the things that bothers me is this game has a very stereotypical, like it's been stereotypical in certain games lately, and it's one of those things that frustrates me is when we're forced to look at we're basically forced to look at our character. Like if you equip a helmet, the helmet is one of those situations where the helmet is automatically taken off whenever you enter a cutscene.
Ain't nothing free, altered or not.
So yeah, I know it sounds stupid, folks, but like that's one of the things in current games that has always sort of bothered me. is like, why is it always that's the situation? Why? How did that become a trend where the character that we would spend time, sorry, the loot that we get gets taken off? Like, you could have a really cool helmet that you really like cosmetically, like, and you worked hard to get, but you only get to see it from like when you were in this type of angle. You can't see it in cutscenes where it would look at its best. So here we go. You can invite friends to your lobby and blah 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 blah. So they designed this game very much like it's supposed to be a multiplayer game, but at the same time it plays like a single player game, except you constantly have to be online, and I honestly don't see the reason why. They could have had this be a single player game, a proper single player game with no like where you don't have to be online constantly. They could have had that be the situation, and then like you don't have to worry about server issues or anything, which will, in my opinion, would increase the quality of life for this game, because that means people are not going to be screwed over if they have internet issues or if something goes wrong, you know, later down the line, you know, like what happens yesterday. So I honestly just feel like they should patch this game, make it a single player, make it so that you don't have to be online constantly when you play it.
Hit me up hard.
And like keep the multiplayer in, keep it in. And the only time you should connect to servers is when you're playing with other people. That should be the only time you need to connect to servers. And maybe give us an option, because I know it's also add more bloody character customization options, because for us being forced to look at our character's face in every cutscene while there being so little options is just ridiculous. And it's just, there's no real point to it. Anyway, folks, this has been, again, like, it's still early stages of the game. There's definite room for improvement. It is fun. The classes are unique enough to warrant playing other characters. It plays also similarly to Borderlands. That's a good example. It plays similarly to Borderlands, with the difference is, instead of just having one one ability that separates your characters, it is two. Because normally in Borderlands games you have one. You're mostly relying on your guns, with then additional like with some additional perks and one special ability that you activate. Or in this case of, like in Borderlands 3, with the characters that have two abilities technically when they activate, such as Zane, they have two. So at most in Borderlands characters we've seen them having two separate abilities that they can activate. But in Outriders, we get three. We're still relying on our guns to do most of our fighting. However, the guns are not what define us. They don't define our character's playstyle 100%. We have to keep in mind how do they feel. So, we're gonna switch over to my Trickster real quick. Now, his basic ability was 13 seconds, so we're just gonna jump into my Trickster real quick. And we're gonna see the cooldown on this. And it's just in time for me to end the stream, guys, because as you can hear, my dogs are going crazy out the back garden. I'm assuming it's because my ma's going outside and she had to put them at the back. Okay, so the Pyromancer can heal, like right there, as we can see, folks. The Pyromancer can, as long as the enemy that is marked dies, regardless of what kills him, they will be healed for health. So okay, so the Pyromancer, so that's a fun little thing. Like, so you can have a Pyromancer mark a bunch of enemies if he's low on health, and then have him run away, while then a Trickster or someone else with a big AoE attack comes in and kills them. So okay. Oh, pardon me. Let's see. Oop. So yeah, here's the Trickster ability. We receive additional. Our max health is when it goes up as well. Active shield grants us 5% damage mitigation, and every close range kill heals you by 20% of your max health and grants you 20% shield. And we slow our enemies. It's actually quite cool. I will have to show you guys. Okay, so right off the bat, that's our first ability. That is a 20-second cooldown, folks. That is significant. That is significantly longer than what the Pyromancer has. And here's our slow trap, which is really cool. Like, you don't really see it in that case, but bullets they shoot is also slowed. It's, again, I need to show you guys how it looks. It's really fun. And then we have our Hunt the Prey, which allows us to teleport. Very useful. I don't normally use shotguns, but I found myself using shotguns with this class because it is just so fun running up, especially when you get that first bit of shield. You then just start like wanting to run in, like you're just charging at the enemy, like while your shield's soaking up the damage, and then you just explode. Anyway, let's take a look at some of these world tiers as my character has been ranking up. So we're just going to claim rewards. I have no idea what we do with these gears, sorry, the resources yet. I've been pretty much farming a little bit in recently cleared areas. Because I got very busy, so I couldn't exactly play. Ooh, we got a rare gun. It's nice. It's an automatic shotgun. Shots inflict weakness on enemies. What does my shotgun do? Shots inflict vulnerable. I don't know the difference. That is significantly better though. I like the paint job on it. The only thing is I don't know what weakness or what's the difference between weakness and vulnerable. There's no, I don't think there's hold on. Details doesn't tell us. Maybe the stats will. Skill, life leech, weapon, life leech. No. Maybe in the journal? Oh, here we go. That's the enemies. Warzone. History and lore. We're looking for weapons. Mix. And then these are journals and whatnot. Year 1 Enoch. flight of Enoch, history of Earth, the anomaly. That's the planet. That's the prologue. That's groups. Is there really no way to, like, that's sort of bothering me, is like we can't look up the abilities that are like our apparent, like we can't look up the exact information about our weapons. You know, it's really frustrating. And here we go. No, okay. Prayer increases the damage dealt by melee skills and status effects. The increase is displayed on the skill damage bonus statistic. Yeah, it's not gonna lie, that is a little frustrating that we need to sort of learn that type of stuff ourselves. And then here's our universal thing: all our characters unlock the following stuff, which is not so bad. And again, like, encouragement to play another character. Alright folks, that is it, because like I said, I have D&D now. I have to go. So I hope you guys like this. I'm going to try and do more videos. Most of my videos will be possibly done by silent. With me without doing commentary. I'll play more of Outlanders as my Pyromancer later down the line, unlock more of his abilities to showcase, you know, other skills and whatnot. I will start a new character with each class, but I will be skipping the prologue with those characters, obviously. With the exception of this character. This character I'll be keeping for myself. But in the meantime, this is Wolf Ninja. Sign out. May the Force be with you. And remember, roll for initiative.